So, with that, Susan, I did have a few questions for you. My first question is, for lawyers who struggle with the weight of their professional responsibilities, what are your best methods for getting through the day? What are some things that can help?
So for me personally, um, the things that I do now that I didn't do before, right? Like when I still get up really early in the morning. Um, in the old days, it might have been related to a whole bunch of things, but now it just happens. So I take the time to um, spend a few minutes sort of adjusting myself. Now, for me, and because of the pandemic, I can go to Zoom AA meetings. I go to more now than I did when I was initially sober because I have access to it. So I'm there usually every day, once at least, you know, 5 days a week. Um, the other thing I do is when I feel hungry, angry, lonely, tired, right? I pause, and it can be in the middle of the day. Um, and I know this sounds corny, but I do sometimes a gratitude list because my mind immediately goes to what I don't have, and it's not enough, or I'm not enough. And I have to remind myself that I am blessed and fortunate, right? That, and even if I'm in the middle of a, excuse my language, SH, you know what, show, I can pause. That I had no ability to pause. And that changes my world entirely, even in the middle of a hectic day. If I just take a moment and breathe, that's my like right on the spot thing that changes my universe.
Thank you so much. It's valuable to understand that as well. So, thank you. I did have another question in regards to today's topic. So, many attorneys suffer in silence due to the stigma surrounding mental health and substance use. If they were to seek help from assistance programs, how does a typical first conversation go? Or what might they expect?
Most of the lawyer assistant programs have confidential hotlines, if you will, and they are, you can even call and say, I have a friend who has this problem when it's you, and get the information for the resources, right? I mean, I certainly understand the stigma, and which is one reason why I talk about myself openly, because I think that helps reduce the stigma, or maybe it makes it worse because like, oh, that crazy woman's an alcoholic. But what I mean is there's no shame in this, and that that river has to be crossed. And I'm hoping that one day at a time people start to understand this and have an understanding of it. But initially, you can go, I mean, Alcoholics Anonymous really means it. You could go to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and not even tell them your name, right? Or just come in as, Joe Blow, Joe S. They don't ask for last names, right? Because the stigma has been around as long as Alcoholics Anonymous has been around. So there's absolutely, and I certainly have known folks, lawyers in particular, who will show up at an AA meeting with a different name because they're worried about this, and that's fine. I think any way you can get there, do it.